We are at one of the most famous hotels in Kawaguchiko called KUKUNA. We paid 40,700 yen per person, which is almost 260 USD each. So let's see what this experience actually feels like. The weather today is a bit cloudy. Right outside the main entrance, on the right side, there's this reflective pool facing the Mount Fuji. And here's the entrance hall. The whole entrance has this very retro color palette and atmosphere. On the right side, after entering, is the check-in area. The staff will usually ask you to sit down and relax first while they handle the check-in process. We will skip this part and head straight to the room. Our room is on the 7th floor, room 707. There's a small entry cabinet on the left. The staff will bring your luggage directly to the room for you. At the entrance, there's also a lowered area for changing shoes, which is pretty typical in Japanese hotels. The room is divided into two sections by this central utility area. Let's check the fridge first. Completely empty. These 3 drinks are probably extra charge too. Then over here is a pretty compact bathroom. There's a sink in front and inside is a very small shower space. Everything feels pretty tight. On the other side is a bidet. The moment you open the door, the toilet lid automatically lifts up. That kind of setup is pretty common in Japanese hotels. Now further inside is the main part of the room. The bed is positioned directly facing the window, so when you wake up in the morning, the first thing you see is the Mount Fuji outside. Even the sofa at the foot faces the full-height window. Alright, let's open the curtains, revealing the view of Lake Kawaguchi. Give the camera a second to adjust. Out on the balcony, there's a private bath. We booked a room type with the private onsen bath. There are also a few rooms without it, which are probably cheaper. Even though the weather is cloudy today, you can still see the Mount Fuji. Because honestly, if the weather is so bad that you can't see anything outside, this place will feel extremely overpriced. The water in the bath isn't actually natural hot spring water. It's basically just heated water. The real selling point is that you can soak in the bath while directly facing the Mount Fuji. That's basically why KUKUNA is so famous and so expensive. Its biggest selling point is really just this unobstructed Mount Fuji view. On the left is the town around Lake Kawaguchi, and this entire road facing Mount Fuji is basically lined with onsen hotels. Even at night, you can still vaguely see the silhouette of Mount Fuji. Alright, let's take a look at the dinner. Dinner and breakfast are both included in this nearly 260 stay package. First dishes are appetizers. Basically tiny 1-bite portion seafood, tofu puree, sweet and sour little snacks, that sort of things. Next came the soup. It's a very thick pumpkin soup. They give you a few pumpkin chunks inside so you can tell it's a pumpkin soup. Probably for a bit more texture too. Then they add a few drops of what seems like a pea puree. And finally, a scoop of foam. What exactly is the foam? Honestly, no idea. It had a savory flavor, but I couldn't tell what it was made from. Still, it tastes fine. Definitely not bad. You can choose your main course. There's also a buffet section. You can grab salads, side dishes, desserts, fruits, all unlimited. There's grilled fish too. which was actually pretty decent. And various small side dishes. The quality is normal, basically the level you would expect from a standard hotel buffet. There are soups you can serve yourself with toppings on the side. They also had chawamushi. And I think this one had a quail egg inside. For the main dish, you can choose between beef or lobster. We picked one each. There was also fried chicken and small meat dishes. That's pretty much dinner. Definitely enough to make you full. It's not bad, but compared to the kaiseki meals we had earlier at other traditional ryokan before, the food here didn't feel particularly memorable. It feels more like something you could probably eat anywhere. After dinner, we went around to check out the hotel facilities. Near the restaurant entrance and the check-in area, there's a kids' room, so you can temporarily store your little monster here. Back on the first floor, to the left of the main entrance, there's another restaurant area. Right now, it's reserved for group guests having Japanese-style dining. In the middle is this double-height open space. And upstairs is the restaurant where we had dinner earlier. Let's keep going. On the left is the hotel gift shop. They sell souvenirs and travel goods here. Unfortunately, it's already closed now. Even if you are not staying here, I would still recommend checking out this shop. The souvenir quality is noticeably better than the generic tourist stores outside. And the prices actually aren't that unreasonable. A lot of the stuff feels pretty worth buying. Anyway, moving on, most of the facilities are concentrated on the 5th floor. There's a massage area here and also reservation-only private baths. These smaller rooms beside it are massage rooms. Further ahead, someone already booked this private bath and is currently inside. Outside, there's a small lounge area. There's also a laundry room here, and several vending machines nearby, perfect for grabbing a cold drink after soaking in the bath. There's even an ice cream vending machine. Over there is the smoking room, and I think this area is the spa. Further ahead is the large public bath. The standard shared onsen setup separated into the male and female sections. The women's bath is on the left, men's on the right. Outside, there is also a large lounge area. And from the lounge, you can see Lake Kawaguchiko outside. Since it's nighttime, it's hard to see much right now. The next morning, it started raining, and Mount Fuji completely disappeared behind the clouds. A little unfortunate, but during the sunrise, while half asleep, I did briefly catch one last glimpse of it. Now it's completely gone. Let's take a look at the breakfast. Compared to the dinner, which honestly already wasn't that amazing, breakfast feels even more average. There's the Western style selection with hash browns, bread, sausages, fruits, and so on. But personally, I prefer the Japanese breakfast more. And of course, they have that too. Porridge, miso soup, eggs, grilled fish, the usual essentials. But again, the quality feels very ordinary, like something you could find almost anywhere. Still, the breakfast restaurant view is excellent. From the window seats, you get a panoramic view over the Kawaguchiko. When the weather is good, you also get the Mount Fuji view. So yeah, that was the full KUKUNA experience. Do you think this place is worth nearly 260 US dollars per person?